Today we will discuss some topics that have been going on, such as young niggas go on robbing spree dressed as Amazon workers, 3 4th Street youngins killed after carrying op, and we will also get into MarrV and Nino paid beef. The first topic we will get into is MarrV and Nino paid beef. Recently it would be MarrV birthday, and MarrV would pop out around the cruddy and $1,000 drip rocking Amiri and Louis Vuitton. MarrV would caption the photo, "Happy birthday to me." Free pockets, long live Brody. The streets would have a lot to say about MarrV outfit, and even claim that he allegedly did not drop thousands of dollars in Louis, and he actually got the whole fit from a nigga in China. DMV rapper Nino paid would also give his opinion on MarrV fit, saying, "On me, you never even been in the LV store, Marvin." Nino is basically implying that Marvin did indeed get his whole outfit from a nigga in China. Nino paid and MarrV would have some beef. After Nino paid would catch KP Skywalker down bad. And after this, MarrV and Skino would go live predicting the future, saying how if they were with KP, Nino paid would have gotten smacked out. Time would pass and they would end up catching Nino paid at a show with KP and all the painters and boxes, and Nino paid would end up getting carried and almost robbed. Do you think Nino paid should be careful trying to drag on Marvin? The streets would react.
Right there. Hey, Mo. Hey. Hey, cut the camera. Hey, cut it. Hey, take this mic. Take this mic.
That's KP Skywalker.
Oh, that's KP? Oh. That's KP. Oh. That nigga walked up dolo by himself.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Nino a good rapper and shit. Like, Nino really a good rapper though. But I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna lie though.
Definitely,
If I was there though, I'm saying though, we would have went viral because boy, oh boy.
Oh, bro, I would have beat the shit out of him right there, okay?
I wish I was with my brother. This shit.
If I ain't have Blizzard, I couldn't get Blizzard. I was gonna knock him out. When Brody was carrying, I was gonna slap him or anything, curry him. I was gonna jack him up. I was gonna carry him.
Yeah, though, box. It's alright though. My man was on some true. My man was keeping that shit. PR man was keeping that shit. PR ain't nothing. They just wanna talk. They ain't nothing to talk. They just wanna.
He's lucky I don't get pissed with it.
It's alright. My man was keeping shit K Porter.
Nigga shit right now.
My man was keeping shit K Porter. It's alright though.
Yeah, bro, some different shit. I respect bro, some different shit.
I wish I was there. I wish I was there though. I'm saying.
Big hand. I would have carried them. I would have carried them.
What do y'all guys eat?
Oh, bro, let me what they say they don't pay you, man. I would have carried that nigga.
Nah, he a good rapper though. I ain't taking none from him. That dude. I'm just saying like, I ain't saying. All I'm saying is, if I was right there with my brother, I would have slapped the shit out of him. I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I ain't just saying. I ain't trying to drag on him. I ain't on nothing. I ain't even trying to drag him or nothing. I'm just keeping it really 100. Like, that's just what I would have did. Yeah, me. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
It's the part they would have had on camera. They would have had to see like 6 niggas pulling me off of.
Yeah, they would have wanted. Castanet would have wanted me on his motherfucking stream Twitch. How bad I would have. How much I would have went up on that motherfucker. That motherfucker. Ada Ross would have wanted to give me one shit. That shit would have went up on that Twitch.
I don't even play with niggas. He would have been a nigga I would never play with.
Why you get in the truck? Why you get in the truck? Get out of the truck. Give me a watch. Why you get in the truck? Why you get in the truck? Get out of the truck. Give me a watch.
Nigga. No nigga will play with me. No nigga will ever play with me at any show.
The next topic we will get into is 3 4th Street's youngins killed after carrying op. Recently, a crazy triple shooting would take place around 4th Street Southeast, leaving 3 people shot, 2 dying from their injuries. A 3rd teenage gunshot victim would be labeled as stable condition, but would later succumb to the gunshot injuries. These homicides would mark 12 homicides in only 10 days in the district. The articles on this crazy shooting would say, triple shooting with 2 fatal in Southeast. Police say 2 people are dead, among them a teenager, and 1 other teen was hurt after a shooting in Southeast DC Friday night. Officers were called to the 4200 block of 4th Street Southeast just before 10:30 p.m. for the report of a shooting. Once on scene, they found 3 people wounded. 2 people were pronounced dead on the scene, one of them a minor. A 3rd person, a teenager, was taken to the hospital for treatment of their injuries. The severity of those injuries is not known at this time. Homicide detectives are still working to figure out exactly what led up to the shooting. So far, no arrests have been made, and police have offered no information about suspects. They ask anyone who may have information about this case to contact them. Those with information can call police at 202-727-9099 or text the department's tip line at 50411. DC police offer a reward of up to $25,000 for information that leads to an arrest and conviction for homicides in the District of Columbia. Tipsters can remain anonymous. One of the youngins who died would be identified as a 4th Street youngin named T-Roy. T-Roy would go viral for carrying one of his ops on the train and posting it on Instagram. In the video Roy would smack a youngin out and make him bleed through the ski mask, and the youngin can be seen celebrating after just being carried repeatedly saying, "I like that! I like that!" possibly hinting at some get back. T-Roy would tell the youngin to stop Instagram bluffing. After carrying him also, do you think these two incidents are related? The streets would react to the psing of 4th Street T-Roy.
You trying to turn your mask off now? That little girl got his ass leaking right here, man. And then, when I stop that bluffing shit on the ground, Bob, smack your lawyer. Nothing on Instagram. I like that. I don't want to see nothing on Instagram. Alright? Alright?
And for the last topic, we will go over young niggas go on robbing spree. Dressed as Amazon workers, recently some paperwork would surface on a robbery. Reported on a while back of some youngins going on an early morning robbing spree in a white BMW. And they were also allegedly dressed as Amazon workers. While on the robbing spree to stay low-key, the paperwork would say, around 7:29 a.m., the three suspects walked past complainant 7, who was walking by himself. When the two groups passed each other, the three suspects turned around and approached complainant 7 from behind. One of the suspects appeared to swipe at the pants of complainant 7, who turned around, evaded the suspect, and continued to walk away. The suspects then returned to the red Lexus sedan, which had been waiting at the drop-off location during the entire time. The red Lexus sedan then left the area. About 10 minutes later, at approximately 7:39 a.m., a red Lexus sedan with a Maryland tag drove onto the 600 block of D Street Northeast, which is about 0.7 miles away from the last offense location. Shortly thereafter, a red sedan is seen driving west from the 600 block of D Street into the 500 block of D Street Northeast, against the normal flow of traffic. Within a few minutes, OUC received a 911 call for an armed robbery at near 614 D Street Northeast. Complainant 8 reported that he was walking in the 600 block of D Street Northeast when he observed a suspect walking on the sidewalk towards him. As they neared each other in front of 614 D Street Northeast, the suspect stopped and stated something to the effect of, "Give me your wallet and cell phone." The suspect lifted up his hoodie to reveal a black handgun in his waistband. Complainant 8 hesitated for a moment, which caused the suspect to draw the handgun and point it at Complainant 8's head. Complainant 8 relinquished the cell phone. In response, the suspect stated, "I'll give you the cell phone back if you give me your wallet." Complainant 8 again complied, but the suspect did not return the cell phone. The suspect then backed away and walked backwards towards 6th Street Northeast. As the suspect approached the intersection, Complainant 8 observed another individual standing near the corner of 6th and D Street Northeast. The two suspects then turned right and fled northbound. A passerby called 911. The suspect took Complainant 8's iPhone and brown wallet containing his identification cards and bank cards. Complainant 8 described the primary suspect as a black male in his late teens or early 20s, skinny, and wearing a black mask, a dark hoodie with the hood up, and a brown Louis Vuitton belt. He described the other suspect as a black male wearing a dark mask and a maroon hoodie with the hood up. Complainant 8's cell phone was recovered nearby. About 6 minutes later, at approximately 7:45 a.m., OUC received a 911 call for an armed robbery at near 635 Constitution Avenue Northeast, which is located about 0.6 miles away from the last offense location. Once on scene, MPD officers located Complainant 9, who reported that he had been walking in the 600 block of Constitution Avenue Northeast when a red four-door Lexus sedan with a Maryland tag passed him, made a U-turn, and then abruptly stopped next to him. A suspect exited from the front passenger seat and brandished a black handgun. The suspect demanded Complainant 9's property. Complainant 9 relinquished a brown wallet, bank cards, a single-strap Toomey bag, an Apple iPad, multiple identification cards, keys, and a MacBook laptop. Complainant 9 tracked his stolen keys, which contained an Apple AirTag, to 4262 and 4212 East Capitol Street Northeast. MPD detectives responded to the area and found a red Lexus ES 350 sedan bearing MD tag 6FR8870 parked unlocked and running in front of 4231 Blaine Street NE, which is about a block or so over from East Capitol Street. Inside the vehicle, MPD located stolen property from various robberies. MPD also located a license plate on the floorboard inside the red Lexus sedan, MD tag 1EW1498, which was the same tag on the silver Kia Sorento SUV during the first offense described above. Later that same day, Complainant 9's iPad was located in the 2200 block of East Capitol Street. It was found in the street and had been run over by a car. While recovering property from the red Lexus sedan at 4231 Blaine Street Northeast, officers located Complainant 10's identification card and bank cards. When they conducted a query of the Complainant 10's name, they did not locate any report of stolen property. Complainant 10 was contacted via phone, and Complainant 10 ultimately responded to the ID station to make a report. Complainant 10 reported that, earlier in the morning, he had been walking out of an apartment building when a black male wearing a red hoodie grabbed him from behind and put him in a chokehold. Two other black males approached him from the front and knocked him to the ground. The three suspects then kicked and punched Complainant 10 repeatedly as he was held on the ground. One of the suspects reached into Complainant 10's coat pocket and took his iPhone and a brown Bosca wallet containing his identification cards and bank cards. The suspects then entered a red car, which had been parked nearby, and fled. Complainant 10 estimated that the offense occurred around 7:30 a.m. Complainant 10 explained that he had put his iPhone in lost mode and that a citizen had notified him that they had located it at around 55 M Street Northeast. Complainant 10 did not report the offense initially because he had had a negative experience several years prior when he had attempted to report an assault, and MPD did not take it seriously. As described above, MPD recovered the red Lexus sedan at 4231 Blaine Street Northeast after tracking Complainant 9's Apple AirTag. MPD obtained CCTV footage of the general vicinity. Around 7:51 a.m., a red Lexus sedan drove down 42nd Street Northeast and turned onto Blaine Street Northeast. Around 7:59 a.m., the red Lexus sedan parked on the 4200 block of Blaine Street Northeast. As soon as the red Lexus sedan parked, a white BMW drove up and parked across the street. The white BMW waited with its hazard lights employed. The driver of the red Lexus sedan, who appears to be wearing black, exited through the passenger side and walked to the white BMW. That individual then entered the white BMW, which then drove away. The white BMW then drove onto 42nd Street from Blaine Street Northeast. Your affiant spoke with MPD Detective David Tucker, who advised that he was investigating a shooting that had occurred on November 22, 2024, as reflected in CCN 2418-1541. About 20 minutes after that offense, Markel Butler and JM, the latter of whom was suffering from a gunshot wound to the left knee, walked into the University of Maryland Capital Region Medical Center in Prince George's County for treatment. Detective Tucker ultimately earned that Markel Butler and JM had driven to the hospital in a white BMW, which is consistent with the one associated with the offenses described above. Detective Tucker spoke with Witness 4, who is close with JM. Witness 4 explained that, around that time, JM and his friends frequently used a white BMW. Witness 4 also provided a photo of the white BMW, which had VA tag 28393X and appeared to have a dark mark above the passenger side taillight, as shown below. It should be noted that JM was arrested for the shooting on January 17, 2025, and JOM, his younger brother, was arrested for the shooting on March 12, 2025. DC Office of the Attorney General, OAG, is prosecuting the case. Based on the CCTV footage and LPR images, the white BMW with VA tag 28393X appears to be consistent with the white BMW that had picked up the driver of the red Lexus sedan in the 4200 block of Blaine Street Northeast on December 2, 2024. Your affiant created bolos for the 4 suspects involved in the offenses that occurred on December 2, 2024. On December 14, 2024, the Prince George's County Police Department, PGPD, arrested Durkin Butler, who is Markel Butler's cousin, MC, and Rashad Irvin for an armed robbery. Your affiant contacted PGPD, which confirmed that PGPD had seized 4 cell phones from these suspects. 1 cell phone from Darian Butler, 1 cell phone from MC, and 2 cell phones from Rashad Irvin. PGPD had also recovered a firearm from the suspects. On December 27, 2024, an MPD officer contacted your affiant via email, stating that the individual shown on the far right of this bolo resembles Darian Butler. That bolo consisted of screenshots of the CCTV footage depicting the suspect wearing the dark hoodie with a spotted pattern in the armed robbery of Complainant 6 on December 2, 2024. On January 2, 2025, your affiant responded to a school in the area. Your affiant showed to 2 employees a still image of one of the suspects. Neither employee was able to identify the suspect. Your affiant also showed a known booking photo of Durkin Butler. Both employees were familiar with Darian Butler, but noted that he had transferred months ago. On January 30, 2025, your affiant met with Witness 4. Your affiant showed to Witness 4 screenshots of the CCTV footage depicting the suspects from the armed robberies on December 2, 2024. Witness 4 identified the suspect wearing a dark hoodie with a spotted pattern as Darian Butler. Witness 4 did not recognize any of the other suspects. Witness 4 also identified the white BMW that had picked up the driver of the red Lexus sedan as a vehicle that Darian Butler and his friends have driven. Witness 4 explained that Darian Butler was driving the white BMW at the time that IT took the following photo of the white BMW on December 3, 2024, i.e. the day after these offenses. On February 10, 2025, your affiant met with Witness 4 again. Instead of viewing screenshots, Witness 4 was shown a redacted portion of the CCTV footage of the armed robbery of Complainant 6 on December 2, 2024. Witness 4 identified the suspect wearing the dark hoodie with the spotted pattern as Darian Butler, and the suspect wearing the dark hoodie as his cousin Markel Butler, who is also known as Kel. Witness 4 also identified the suspect wearing the blue Amazon vest as JOM, who is JM's brother, in the BOLO below. Witness 4 explained that the BOLO was clear on the laptop on which IT had viewed it this most recent time, as opposed to previous time. Below are those 3 suspects. Witness 4 also provided the iCloud account for JOM MPD received records relating to this iCloud account, pursuant to a subsequent search warrant. On February 25, 2025, Witness 5, who was familiar with Durkan Butler, was shown a screenshot of the suspect wearing the dark hoodie with the spotted pattern. Witness 5 stated that the individual resembled Darian Butler, but the screenshot was a little blurry. Witness 5 did not recognize any of the other suspects. As described above, PGPD arrested Darian Butler, MC, and Rashad Irvin for an armed robbery on December 14, 2024, at which time they had seized, among other things, cell phones belonging to Darian Butler and Rashad Irvin. Pursuant to a search warrant, MPD received the data extracted from Darian Butler's cell phone. User attribution data from Darian Butler's cell phone revealed that it is associated with an iCloud account and several Instagram accounts. The data also revealed that Darian Butler's cell phone has a saved contact for and was communicating with Markel Butler. MPD also received the data associated with these Instagram and iCloud accounts pursuant to subsequent search warrants. Pursuant to 2 search warrants, MPD received the data extracted from Rashad Irvin's 2 cell phones. User attribution data from Rashad Irvin's cell phone revealed that it is associated with an iCloud account and an Instagram account. MPD also received the data associated with these Instagram and iCloud accounts pursuant to subsequent search warrants. On November 4, 2024, i.e., 4 weeks before these offenses, Rashad Irvin's Instagram account posted several photos of an individual who is consistent with Rashad Irvin, with objects that are consistent with 2 firearms. It should be noted that the jacket worn by this individual is also consistent with the jacket worn by the driver in the offenses described above. On November 10, 2024, i.e., about 3 weeks before these offenses, 2 photos were taken and sent between Darian Butler and Rashad Irvin's iCloud accounts. The photos contain an object that is consistent with a firearm. Witness 4 identified the individuals as Darian Butler and Rashad Irvin. On November 29, 2024, i.e., about 3 days before these offenses, an Instagram account associated with Darian Butler's cell phone posted a photo of an individual who is consistent with Darian Butler, carrying an object that is consistent with a magazine and wearing a Louis Vuitton belt, which is consistent with the belt that one of the suspects was wearing in the armed robbery of Complainant 8. A few days earlier, on November 21, 2024, the account posted a similar photo, but this photo captured objects that are consistent with 2 firearms. Finally, a few days earlier, on November 15, 2024, the account posted a similar close-up photo of the belt. Below are those 3 photos. On November 29, 2024, i.e. about 3 days before these offenses, Darian Butler communicated with an iCloud, which, according to a subsequent search warrant and query, is associated with MC. Shad sitting out Jack and Dean say. Tell him come get me. It should be noted that the name Shad is a known nickname for Rashad Irvin. On November 30th, 2024, i.e. about 2 days before these offenses, Darian Butler again communicated with MC. My fova try and swap Shad gun for his gun. On December 1st, 2024, i.e. the day before these offenses, Rashad Irvin's cell phone captured a photo of an object that is consistent of a firearm with a light attachment. It should be noted that Complainant 9 described a firearm with a similar attachment in his armed robbery. On December 2nd, 2024, in the middle of these offenses, Darian Butler communicated with MC around the time that the suspects had switched from the silver Kia Sorento SUV to the red Lexus sedan. It should be noted that the word BM is similar to BMW, i.e., the white BMW used in these offenses, and that the names Shad and Kel are known nicknames of Rashad Irvin and Markel Butler, respectively. On December 2nd, 2024, at 7:55 a.m., i.e., right around the time that the driver of the red Lexus sedan switched to the white BMW, Darian Butler's cell phone connected to a Bluetooth device called BMW 79095. It should be noted that the last 5 digits of the VIN of the white BMW are 79095. It should also be noted that Rashad Irvin's cell phone also connected to a Bluetooth device called BMW 79095, both the day before these offenses and the afternoon after these offenses. On December 2nd, 2024, at 8:29 a.m., i.e., less than a half hour after one of the suspects had switched from the red Lexus sedan to the white BMW, Rashad Irvin asked Darian Butler on Instagram, "You swap yet?" Darian Butler responded, "Yeah, I told them come get me." On December 2nd, 2024, at 9:07 a.m., i.e., about an hour after the red Lexus sedan had parked on Blaine Street Northeast, JOM's iCloud account captured a video of an individual who was consistent with JOM with a pile of cash on his lap. On December 2nd, 2024, at approximately 9:30 a.m., i.e., about an hour and a half after the red Lexus sedan was parked on the 4200 block of Blaine Street Northeast, an individual who is consistent with Rashad Irvin arrived at H.D. Woodson High School, which is located at 540 55th Street Northeast. At the time of his arrival, he was not wearing a jacket, but he carried a backpack, the contents of which are unknown. At the time he left the high school in the afternoon, he was wearing a black puffy Canada Goose jacket. His jacket and shoes are consistent with the ones worn by the driver of the silver Kia Sorento and the red Lexus sedan during the offenses described above. Below is a side-by-side comparison of the CCTV footage from Woodson High School and the CCTV footage from the suspects switching from the silver Kia Sorento to the red Lexus sedan. On December 4th, 2024, i.e., 2 days after these offenses, Darian Butler sent to JOM a YouTube link to a news publication about these offenses with photos of the suspects from these offenses. Based on the aforementioned facts and circumstances, your affiant believes that probable cause exists to believe that Darian Butler, Markel Butler, JOM, and Rashad Irvin committed the offenses of armed robbery in violation of 22 DC Code Section 2801, 4502, and possession of a firearm. During a crime of violence in violation of 22 DC Code Section 4504 for the offenses that occurred against MS and OQ on December 2, 2024. Accordingly, your affiant requests that warrants for their arrests be issued and charged. That's the end of this video. Like, comment, subscribe.